So watch an eye out. I think the DAO tooling will be getting better.
Yeah, Sam was working on something called Fidelius, also for sharing
Uh-huh.
credentials, and
Mm.
basically, like it's based on the Harry Potter theme.
Uh-huh.
For example, like
Cool.
then it's like the gatekeepers and the secret keepers,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, and
Yeah.
you can share your
Cool.
credentials with your MetaMask, and
Uh-huh.
it's encrypted, and the people who receive it like have to sign on the MetaMask, then they see the message. But I would love to see, like, if you can send me a link for the project you were just saying.
Mm. Yeah, yes, I think yeah, I think I shared it somewhere. I will think of it and then share with you. Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was more like about improving uh maybe not just voting, but all of this coordination on chain and from Open Zeppelin and Tally. So I'll share the link with you, and I'm sure more is coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know how it is.
let me get the link. Yeah, there is a chainsafe.io. It's also like,
Mhm,
yeah, it's, I mean, I'm still looking at it, but it looks like
mhm.
a very interesting tool for sharing documents with your MetaMask address. Like, like
Cool.
we're using Google Docs all the time, and it feels like
Yeah,
it gives more
yeah.
freedom, let's say, to us than using corporate tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
name
at the
is.
same time, it's quite gated, right? So it's actually, I think it's just then two of us. I know Letty is on vacation, and I don't know. I will be on vacation the next 2 weeks, so I don't know how we will do the next bi-weekly. But it's actually good. Maybe we can also just go into structuring the manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
haha, I think.
and maybe drafting some kind of roadmap would be also good. Then when you come
Mm-hmm.
back from your vacations, we could do the audit for your working group.
Mm, cool. So, can you tell me? So basically, did you check the manifesto? Wait a second, I'll share in our chat. Omega chat is here.
Let me see.
So I think we worked on the initiatives proposals, and we had left the Omega manifesto in this collection of or capturing the sense, right? What we want and what we don't want, maybe. So, and then there was this discussion about. Oh yeah. So one question I have. Do you remember that was the session of 6th June? If you can find the video link. You have it already. Okay. I see it. So that's perfect because I kind of like that session
Oh,
a
nice.
lot and would like to re-listen. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Mhm. And but that is more like capturing the a bit of the social aspect of it, or what drives people. So I thought that's good, but I don't think it belongs in a manifesto, right? But I
Yeah.
would like to work it in somehow at the end, or something like this. So don't worry about that. The description is something we discussed and agreed upon.
Uh, Description of what?
I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it's actually quite a lot there. I think that is good. I know that the short description in the agenda,
Mm-hmm.
that's the newest. Let me copy paste that. I think that's done. Like that's solid. We know what it finally we're doing.
Yeah, I feel
And we had.
I feel what would be like super beneficial is, like we have all these
Mhm,
goals like explore theories, build a library, research questions, and maybe have some kind
mhm,
of roadmap, like like how
mhm,
maybe not, maybe you need some people or experts or whatever, and you don't know like the date when it's going to happen, but have some kind of plan on how we are going to approach every of those goals. uh,
mhm.
yeah, that just to bring some transparency in the community, how
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Mhm. So what to expect, even knowing, things might change along the path. But I wanted to tell actually, I think a lot became clearer after we had also, worked out the proposals. So one thing, for example, there are actually concrete things that can come out, especially from both initiatives, like this knowledge hub that can also be added to Token Engineering Commons Gitbook. So pretty concrete, and we can define a minimal goal for us. I'm sure we will get that minimal goal, but also for outreach, etc. I think we could definitely define now minimal goals,
Mm-hmm.
um, right? To just get a good starting point or seed content for the Consilience project. So basically, keep bringing the diverse knowledge into a knowledge hub that is cherishes this diversity. With the token engineering ethics and ethos, there are two things. Um, and maybe you can you aspire with me what are helpful or useful steps. So one thing would be we want to keep this participatory research. We define modules or sessions
Mm-hmm.
with some topics, some impulse questions or a story that will resonate and that will create, or the focus group will be around those questions, for example. And I think we now have at minimum 3 such topics that are super clear. So that could be again one minimal set, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I would love to do is to keep this open, like
Yeah.
open ended. If people want to follow up, if people want to deepen, if people want to create, I don't know, from focus groups, some kind of support group in a sense, like if they can come with questions and it's a safe space where they can, collectively discuss ethical issues in the space, or something like this I sense will emerge, but I don't, well, we cannot push it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have something special, similar in other working groups, or is it always rather pretty clear cut till now?
No,
What are your experience?
normally like they have like it's not that philosophical, so they have like tasks to do,
Mm,
they complete them and they're done, and then maybe new tasks come out. Or maybe like some
mm-hmm.
working groups like Hatcher Outreach,
Yeah.
that they are either outreach all the Hatchers, so their job is done, so they close the working group. what I was
Mm-hmm.
what I was thinking we could do here is like maybe we have a roadmap for like the building the infrastructure, like maybe a forum post, or like uh,
Yeah.
have concrete tasks like we wanna do, and
Mm-hmm.
then on the we can specify on the manifesto like this is not going to be closed, like it's it's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the platform, and people can continuously debate on those topics, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and have some kind of I think also it would be like to get more engagement through the community, maybe create some when we also build like the roadmap, have also creating some issues on Zenhub, so people
Mm.
people in the community are going able to see them, and they would be like, it's more easy, like people engage them when they see like issues open that they can solve or discuss or
Yeah.
participate.
Mm-hmm.
And an issue could even be like hosting like these calls, talking to that, and engage with the community. And it could even be
Mm-hmm.
a repeating task. Like for example, like you do with
Mm-hmm.
the Omega calls, like you do it them bi-weekly. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, so one question around that. So I don't know. So I'm not very good at, especially if it's 2 weeks batches and so on, with all of this coordination. And I don't know how should we call it. Maybe we try this. Let's see. Like with this knowledge hub, I think it's super concrete. That we have those topics. We now have a couple of links underneath each. So, but and I think setting up the Zenhub and listing there would be simple enough. But I don't know who else can be can take the responsibility or the lead there or issue. I think Letty really wants to take the lead and is also super good. Dan wanted to support as well. I don't know how experienced he is with Zenhub, for example. Might be right.
I could definitely support both of them with the technical things. Like right now, I don't feel comfortable, saying like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to take this task on you, like, and coordinating
Uh-huh.
because I feel right now like my
Mm-hmm,
plate
mm-hmm.
is a bit heavy with the hatch and everything.
Yes, I know.
But I
Yeah.
could definitely, like if you tell me like Letty or Didan are going to take this, and I could do,
Mm-hmm.
like 1, 2, even 3 hours of a
Mm-hmm.
call, doing a work session together
Mm.
and
Mhm,
coordinating all
mhm,
of this, and yeah, and make it happen and make it more available to the
mhm.
community. So yeah, definitely
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
support on the technical side at least.
Okay, cool. So if basically when they're back, we can also look around that. So basically, then we have the two initiatives. The frame is quite clear. Diversity and knowledge exchange will be through this initiative Knowledge Hub. We are starting it, but we want community to expand and to curate this, right? And could be organized or if it organize those through issues and make them those issues visible on Zenhub, then the community can coordinate around that better. So that's something I'm just taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
Organize issues via Zenhub so that it's more transparent and open for collaboration, contributions. Septimus can support technically or technical aspect. I know it's not that,
Yeah, it's not like super
but
technical.
people need
Yeah.
people need to be shown, so we can have an extra session, and I'm also happy to come and so that multiple people know in the group, and I think that would be
Yeah.
let's have a session. Can we have that maybe later on in after the next session? So what
Yeah,
is
we can schedule a session for that do not need to be on this hour. Like we could just do a work
yeah,
session
earlier a
whenever we
bit.
decide it's good for every one of us.
hmm Maybe if you could also record it
Yeah, definitely.
and it's available, right? Then people who cannot make it can join. So I don't want to be the bottleneck, just because I'm away 2 weeks and then it's again 1 month. But I'm happy to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So the three sets of focus groups with the
May-
concerns.
Maybe
Mhm.
you say like Letty is going back from holidays like
Yeah,
next week.
I think so. I can ask again. She said she's Mittelmeer. How do you call it? Mm.
I think we could ask her like to.
Somewhere in Europe. So yeah, Mediterranean. She said so. She's
Okay.
Europe time zone.
I think.
But she didn't say when she's back.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Then nothing. I was going to say like maybe she could host the next Omega call.
Yeah, I will ask that definitely, and also maybe you can use the time also for actual yeah maybe showing around or how it would
Yeah,
help
yeah,
with
definitely.
the collaboration contribution, and that could be a topic. And also Manu, I don't know, maybe he's also on vacation, I don't know, but he also wanted to share something with us.
Okay.
So it's still on the agenda. I can also ping him. Okay, and then basically three sets of focus groups with these topics, 1, 2, 3. So, and there is one again at the very least that will inform the book and the community source book chapter. So I think that's a nice outcome.
Yeah,
Definitely workable. But I mean, I'm pretty keen, and I also know that we have, with Durgadas and so on, we have people here who can, again, also contribute, but also benefit from the insights that these focus groups are exchanging. So I think I'm pretty sure that we can create something bigger, not bigger, but maybe, yeah, like as I said, from focus groups topics, either usable, practical, not just manual, but something like a playbook that what situations can arise in which people typically must make decisions that have ethical consequences, especially depending on domains and so on and so forth, and just token distribution, all of this. It's a moving target. Just now people are starting to realize how distribution is actually super important, can make the network resilient, even if it's an application layer. And so it's both technical as well as technically evolving, but also socially, I think. So these ethical issues will be more of interest to more people, the more decisions will need to be made in free form. So um, and then, do
yeah,
you need, or what is helpful, like deadlines, or at the very least, a time by which we strive
yeah. Maybe not that.
to
I mean,
establish?
since like you say you wanted to keep the this open. Maybe not create a deadline
Mm-hmm.
for like, oh, this day this topic is going to be closed and you cannot add more information. But maybe add
Mm-hmm.
some deadlines for like how we are going to
Mm-hmm.
engage, or maybe not even deadlines, like just
Mm-hmm.
a roadmap and how are we going to approach all of this, and when it's going to be like like the first discussion or the first comment, or like have
Yeah,
some.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel that would be super cool, and I think also that would bring like when you were like when you already have like you're discussing, for example, like we were discussing about the credential thing. When you
Mm-hmm.
start talking about it, then it's more possible like other people start to say, oh, but I see this thing differently, because this would be more
Mm-hmm.
secure, even if it's centralized, it would be more secure. And then it's the other guys, oh no, but if it's centralized, then our security depends on this company, and maybe and then it starts a debate. And
Yeah. Exactly. So I think also, again, we have to make it concrete for the at the very least, if we say 3 sessions with these topics, we can make those sessions concrete and then coordinate and get people uh, who might benefit from and contribute actively to the focus groups that get them to know. So there, I think we can ask all our network, all of Token Engineering Commons to help announcing that as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Once we have the topic, sessions, why, when, date and time.
I think
So,
we could
uh-huh.
even make a make the take the time of the spotlight of the Thursday call, and
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just talk about it. And since
Mm-hmm.
there is when you have
Oh yeah.
it's the most crowded call, so you can
Mm-hmm.
make a forum post and then announce it there. And yeah, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you can reach a lot of people this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, and then all of a sudden, it's actually more a lot of concrete things on the roadmap, right? So, and then basically we can add that this is open ended. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, if people want to add more, if they have more concerns, want to add more topics, want us to get experts, discuss the specific things and so on, not just among the token engineers, but they are asking, for example, how is it done in AI? So these are the things that would come out of it. So let's see. Okay, but then what goals do you like to achieve? Build a library and so on. So what I can do definitely is to make these parts more concrete. So I'm just reading
Mm-hmm.
out. Make evident failure successes, token link DeFi, social media, post-capitalistic world. Um, okay, so I will. What I can do also right after. So my thing is I always need to make time and work best on wording in solitude. So not a good sparring partner there. But definitely this helps.
Awesome.
And basically, how will this working group benefit tech community according its near-term mission? Yeah, I think just put this together. Some things. What I would do, I
Mm-hmm.
would make a clean version of this. Keep this. So if someone says, "Hey, this part is missing," I want us to have it in there. But I would just make one
Mm-hmm.
with the most concrete points, right? And say, okay, this is the most concrete manifesto we have at this stage. We keep this, and ask the group again to go over if we left something out that they want to have in the manifesto,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen then next, or what is basically the transparency? I'm always late on catching up with all of the processes, or sometimes I forget again.
Well, I mean,
But
the transparency
mhm,
audit is not, it's not there to impose anything. It's like more
mhm,
to support working groups to be transparent. We have this philosophy of also,
mm,
when we have like the reviewing process, it's not like transparency is reviewing anything. It's like the community is mutual
mhm,
monitoring, and it's very important for us not to say, for example, oh, transparency is going to review the audits, because then what would happen is like the community is going to trust transparency to do their job, and it would be not beneficial for the community because like the idea is like the whole community monitors itself. And yeah, we're really trying to get for example, like we're really trying to get an yeah, like it's like doing the audit actually is not mandatory. Like you could not do the audit and you could still ask for money to the commons for instance.
Okay.
But it's just to like and it also
No,
oh sorry.
it's super helpful for anyone, right? Joining and then finding good documents and understanding. So it's super important. I just want to know, like, yeah, like once we have this and everyone is happy with it, that's basically the living manifesto. But after that, do we need to do something regularly other than that, what members decide or something like this?
No, I mean not really. Just like
Mm-hmm.
you have your goals, and the
Mm-hmm.
goal is to advance the token engineering field with the goals you have on your manifesto. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have like all this documentation so people can see it and like they might be interested if like
Yeah.
if they just join in a call and people is talking about something, but it's very hard to catch up. But if it's everything on documented, people can, oh, these days are the omega calls, and this they are going to
Mm-hmm.
be talking
Mm-hmm.
about this. Oh, this looks interesting, I'm going to join this call, and they
Definitely.
make some
Yeah.
time on their calendar. And
Super.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, and that's why I'd rather also make this, not just for us, but also more accessible. So it should be clear, concise, a starting point, right? Not an agreement or a work order for us, but actually people finding their way. So then I have two questions,
Mm-hmm.
or well, basically the last part, members. So, like, what are the roles inside of tech, community stewards, and so on?
Oh
I
yeah.
think we can add those.
I, I,
Um,
I also
mhm,
I was working just today on. I mean, it's a first draft, but I can share with you is like it was almost talking about
mhm.
the Discord roles, but more or less the Discord roles are the same kind of role. Like we have gravitons, onboarding, subject matter
Yeah,
experts.
yeah.
Just let me. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's just
Please share.
yeah. It's
Mhm.
just give me a second. Okay, yeah, I'm sharing it with you right now. It's a first draft. We just started today, and basically it's like Discord roles and what can every role do. But at the same time, it's saying like admins. Who are the admins of Discord? Who these people do? But then you also
Mhm.
have like the
Mhm.
stewards, gravitons. You have.
Are you sharing at the moment because I don't see it?
Oh, I just sent it to you on a DM,
Ah,
on a private DM.
okay, okay, okay.
Oh,
Here we
but
go.
if
Ah,
you want,
yeah.
I can share screen.
No, that's fine. Now I have the doc. I thought you were sharing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Admin, stewards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. And this is also public for the token engineering commons, so I could link to it for people to understand what are the
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean,
roles. Mm-hmm.
this is work in progress, but it's going to be
Yeah,
on the forum or on the Gitbook
understood.
very soon. Like maybe a week or two maximum. Like when you're
Mm-hmm,
going to
mm-hmm.
come back, it's for sure like going to be a finished document.
Fantastic. Wow, really cool. So many things got crystal clear. I love it.
Nice.
Okay, and with respect to stewards, for example, if how do you handle it? Like, did it emerge? I know that many of the working groups were critical for the hatch did insane hours.
Yeah.
So the so is there do you have can you tell what would be something, or can you not tell at all? Like what is the input, what is the contributions that should be shared, or is it okay that we find ourselves? Like
I'm not understanding what you're asking. Uh, like,
yeah, yeah, I'm trying to find a better way.
okay.
So um or like is there a clear minimum contribution expected for the
Oh,
different roles?
okay, okay. I mean, very in the very beginning time, we were saying like stewards were at least putting like I don't know if it was 6 hours a
I
week,
think it was 3 to 4 hours
a
at
week.
the very least.
Yeah, probably.
A week,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, probably it was something like this. And then contributors, it's people who come and go.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
something issues I'm start to getting right now, like like transparency comes with bureaucracy, and we really don't want to get very bureaucratic in that sense, right? Like oh, you have to and show, and it's hard, but like the idea is be the most transparent possible, being the less bureaucrat possible, like for example, like doing this
Yeah, yeah,
audit doing this audit is
exactly.
something like maybe you don't want to do it because you want to focus actually on making the library, or doing what you really want to do,
Uh,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
So,
tough.
mhm. No, I just wanted to ask whether that also became more clear or more laissez-faire in a sense. Let's see how the rest settles. But it would be definitely good to know, like, what is from experience or wish, what we think is important to provide the community. At the very least, that we should know. For example, I know that I want to be attending the steward
Yeah.
meetings for I don't know how many months. But I'm just happy that I make it on time here every 2 weeks, kind of. So, and then sometimes you have more time, sometimes you have less time. But if I knew, for example, or if I knew, okay, let's
Yeah.
face it, it's been over 3 months, and I look into the future, and my schedule doesn't look much better. Have you figured that out as well? Like, what is? I know we had short discussion like that can happen,
Mm-hmm.
that maybe stewards step back, but there are other stewards in the working group or people who can step up. Uh, this type of fluctuation or
Yeah.
or
I would.
variations,
I
do you
mean,
have already
we don't have
best practice or experience?
we don't have something like very well documented, but
No. Hmm.
I hear talks about like of boarding from the stores, but
Yeah.
like offboarding doesn't mean like you're gone for like forever. You can offboard
Mm,
for like
mm-hmm,
3 months or a year, or and
mm-hmm,
yeah, just documented it. And
mm-hmm.
but yeah, right now
Yeah,
this part is like very unknown. Like it's
okay,
yeah,
okay.
it's not well documented right now.
Yeah. So I think like with Omega, I mean, I would love to, especially when we see, okay, there is traction and the content is important. So I would definitely try and help other people to actually be able to, even if I can't make it, that they're there and so on, something like this. And
Yeah,
maybe we can talk about this again, how we can empower more of the
maybe something
contributors.
that would be super beneficial. Yeah, as well, it's like having a cost tour, right? Like for example, me in transparency,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it's like me and Ivy. It's not like me alone. And because I was,
Yeah, yeah,
storing
exactly.
it by myself, I was not feeling very comfortable, and I asked to the stores, what if we could store with Ivy, and everything say, yeah, that's fine. Like whatever you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
in the working group, right?
Okay.
And I feel like you could
Okay.
co-store it with Letty, or I don't know, like or whoever,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, I had. So I had that feeling that she definitely also is interested and contributing actively, also content wise. I thought that's also important. But let's see, like maybe after the vacation, when we get into sync and exchange mode again, I might ask her. Just wanted to know like what are the if there are yeah if she asks me what are the minimal um, expectations and so on, then but I guess co-steward is really yeah
Yeah,
making sure that there is continuity and so on,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Like I don't know, like
Mm-hmm,
you could find someone like could yeah, like doing more like this coordination work, and then you focus more
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
on the ethical and research part.
Yeah, yeah. So that kind of seems to be difficult, at least right now. I was hoping that it's possible. It's like juggling both content and coordination if it's not clear cut. When it's clear cut or when it's repetitive, I think that's definitely something anyone can also help with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I, I,
let's see.
I
But
mean,
okay. Mm-hmm,
the steward calls are kind of repetitive. Like you do like this steward
mm-hmm,
call where
mm-hmm.
you share like what you're working on. If you have some problems, then we have like the retrospective calls
Exactly,
every 2 weeks, and then we have like the sprint planning also every 2 weeks. And it's repetitive.
exactly,
It's every sprint the same,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
and even
yeah.
when like when we have incentives to like
Mm-hmm,
when you have like the money on the working group or stuff, like you can just pay
mm-hmm,
someone
mm-hmm.
and people is going to be more willing to do it when they are being rewarded.
Yeah. So, and I think that could, for example, definitely happen around if there is continue. So, I think with the knowledge hub, when we know the pattern, this is how we, curate the knowledge and then take care of diversity, multiple perspectives. When the process is clear, and also when we have the focus groups, the first one, the second one, and then we realize there's more interest, but we know already how we are conducting them,
Mm-hmm.
then I think, yeah, there is some process that people can pick up on. We can describe that, and that will also help for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Septimus, that was super cool.
We do a
To have just one session just to get clear on all these things. Otherwise, we're just trying to wing it, right? But it's super good to have this clear.
yeah,
Thanks.
it's awesome. It's awesome. Also, thank you so much for taking the time to doing all of this.
Mhm. Sure. So, but then I think just cleaning this doc or making a new doc with the cleaned, clear parts of the manifesto will be pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can share it with the group today.
Okay.
And then also, yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks a
Then
lot.
yeah, no problem. Then I mean, maybe next. Yeah, it should be like. I feel like we really need like a call with maybe Letty or someone like. Or
Mhm.
I mean, if you're going to start vacation, maybe we have just to wait. Like and it's not the end of the world. Like.
Okay, so I mean, if you say, I let me ask Letty
Mm-hmm.
when she's
Uh,
back, and if she says, "Hey, great, I want to just jump into it, and we'll record it for the rest of the group and
yeah,
then you and
yeah,
so on,"
definitely.
then I'll just connect you,
Okay, yeah,
right?
yeah. I
Mhm.
mean,
Okay.
the sooner the better. But
Yeah,
if it have to wait, it
exactly.
have to wait, right? Like
Okay.
no pressure neither. Like you know,
Thanks, Septimus.
lovey dovey vibes. Yeah, no problem.
It's so cool. I know how much pressure everyone else is having. How is it going? Is it now smooth?
Now it's better.
Smooth.
Like the hatch is done. Like
Yeah.
some people is also doing vacation. Like now it's
Yeah.
chilling, but I feel
Perfect
it's going
time.
to get
Hmm.
hot soon again, right? Like
Yeah. The
with
the
the
the next
dashboard.
bit, I guess. When the activity comes around the tokens and so on, that's going to be very insightful,
Yeah,
but also heavy lifting as well.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Then I'll definitely we can update the group today. Also, maybe ping the others or Letty and Dan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll talk to her, maybe not immediately, but I ask when she's coming back and tell her to get in touch with you if she's ready, or we can do it the next possible time
Yeah,
in 2 weeks, something like that,
yeah.
and we'll ping you.
Awesome,
Perfect.
awesome.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
Solsista.
good.
You prefer me calling
Thanks.
you
Have a good
Solsista
evening.
or Sebnem?
No, that's totally fine. I like Soul Sister.
Okay, cool. I like it more too. Like the sol is Spanish
Easier.
like the sun, and siesta look
The
like
sun, yes.
yeah, like siesta. It's like siesta in the sun.
Perfect. It's just what we need. I'm gonna have a lot of soul siestas
Sol siesta.
next two
Oh
weeks.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. See you in
Cool. Take care.
take care.